Camp Catapult. Welcome to this evening session on camping and adventure. Every venture is an adventure, irrespective of what you are doing, whether you are in the city, in a village, or in a wild forest. Every venture is an adventure because you are taking some sort of risk, a calculated risk, and there is an output based on the risk you have taken. How a personality gets molded or developed or modified through adventure and camping. Let me explain it in a different way. A leadership quality is not a trait to be inherited. It's a talent or it's a skill that can be acquired. There is no registered, it is not like a registered land that it belongs to somebody. And only people with a certain qualities, gender, or a prerequisite conditions to be a leader. Anybody can be a leader and it can be developed because it's a skill. Acquiring a skill is an art, and acquiring an art is a skill. So it is an art come skill that can be acquired by anybody. If a person is a civil engineer, okay, he can build a new building. He can renovate a old building into a modernized one, or even he can destroy the whole building and rebuild a new building. The same way, leadership quality can also be developed, rebuilt, renovated to the exact requirements. Every person needs to have a vision and he should have the caliber to convert that vision into a mission. The person without vision is blind, and a person without mission is like a limb. When you have your vision, it's very easy. You sit in an office in an air conditioned room with your laptop, like in an Excel sheet, you put 2 plus 2, put enter, it shows 4. So vision can be done in that way. But when it comes to execution of the vision, that is a mission, you need to be extra skilled, because you are actually transforming the paperwork into the groundwork. Lot of challenges, ups, downs, positivity, negativity, all these things you need to face. So when you work out your vision, you should have the smartness of an entrepreneur. Like an entrepreneur, he decides before venturing into the business or whatever action he is into, decide exactly what to do, when to do, how to do, with whom to do, whether to do or not. All these things he works out, calculates, then he enters into the business. So when you work out your vision, you should have the smartness of an entrepreneur. But when it comes to the execution, as I told, lot of challenges, ups, downs, positivity, negativity. Sometimes you have to move forward, sometimes you have to stop, sometimes you have to withdraw also. There you should have the shrewdness of a warrior. A warrior is not a drunkard street fighter who fights like anything. A warrior is a seasoned, trained soldier. He knows when to fight, when not to fight, when to withdraw, when to move forward. So based on the situation, he does all these things. So when you get into molding or developing or chiseling your own personality, this adventure plays a major role. Like only in adventure, there is a natural bonding comes among the people, between the comrades, because there are requirements, there can be an emergency, and there you know the requirement of the support from your team members. And when you are into these outdoor activities, you are left alone. There is no backup resources. There may not be backup resources at your call that lands on your place for your support. So everything is self-sustained and should be self-sufficient, and it should be self-interactive. Your bonding develops when you are in the camping and when you are venturing outside. It is not only the bonding, when you get into adventure, because many a time, as I said, every venture is an adventure, and many a time people get scared venturing into because of the fear of failure, fear of unknown, whatever it is. That fear is one of the major factors that pulls or drains your energy and your growth. Through adventure and camping, okay, you know how to overcome this fear, how to come out of that, then how to move forward, not only with your willpower, with the support of your team also. The another factor that actually pulls you down is, I would say it's like a Bermuda Triangle for failure, or the losing your grip is, one is the fear, the second is the laziness, and the third is the ego. Getting into these adventure activities, camping, like now venturing out, actually covers all these three things. Okay, you fear, you overcome. Laziness, because many a time when you are out, you work out of odd times, or you work out of the way. Like you get up early morning, go to sleep late, hard works, everything you have to overcome. And ego, there you don't find who is next to you. You don't see you don't bring your designations, your status, and whatever it, your gender, anything, to take support or extend support. So these three things get covered, that actually molds you into a better person. That Bermuda Triangle can be crossed over using the whatever you learn from adventure and camping, because it brings you out of the comfort zone. Again, another reason for the barrier for growth is being settled in the comfort zone. Many of us, it's knowingly, unknowingly, we get settled down and ends into a sort of moderate, uh, a mediocre life, and have the fear of venturing out. But when you are into this thing, that the killer instinct comes into, and you get used to come out of the comfort zone in a comfortable way. And as I said, because of the bonding, you get to know, your networking goes, your networking expands. It is like your hard work, like in a smart work, teamwork, network. All these things get actually into elevated into different dimensions, where you can actually make use of for your own development, not only for your personality development, even for your growth in your social life or business or whatever it is. So get into all these activities really makes you a different personality altogether. Because many a times we have perceived risks. Okay, before we get into something, before we get into action, before we plunge into an action, we have our own assumptions, perceived risks, or what all the danger, difficulties, all these things. But many times, when we are into adventure activities, after doing that activity, okay, we realize what we assumed was totally wrong. I thought I won't be able to do that. But after doing that, you realize, yes, this is nothing. So if you apply that into your real life, you can actually cross many of the obstacles. Same way, sometimes you have overconfidence. You get into the delusion that this is nothing, I can do that. But when you actually do that, you come to know your weaknesses, your difficulties, your negative things. Then you realize, this is what my real potential, this is what my real strength, and what are the support I need, or what are the compensations I have to overcome all these things. There are two categories of people. The moment they see an obstacle, they run away from the obstacle. So they are out of the race. The remaining part, they challenge. Okay, no problem, I can do this. But again, those who challenge, there are two categories of people. Those who challenge, but when it comes to really getting into action, they fizzle out with some excuses. No, had it been earlier, had it been yesterday, today I'm occupied with something, or today I'm not. Some excuses they give, they actually don't overcome the obstacle. The real achievers are the one who actually overcome the obstacle. So it is, first thing is you have to challenge the obstacle, then you have to overcome that. Only when you overcome, you will be an achieved person. You will be a winner. And to grow in life, you have to be an achiever, not a winner. This concept really, because otherwise, what you get into the competitive mindset, where you work on not on your own thought process, you work on somebody's thought process, because you are in a competition. You have to work because somebody is doing something, you have to do that. Because somebody changed the direction, you change the direction. You get guided, or rather misguided, by another person because you are in a competitive mindset. But when you get into these activities, adventure, camping, like nature trails, trekking, you realize it is not the competition. It is not who reaches the top, the peak, or who crosses the obstacle first. Nothing. As long as I have crossed, as long as I've climbed, as long as I have achieved that, I am happy. I don't see who has gone first or second or something. And that time, your ego doesn't come whether to pull somebody because you are stronger than him, or allow somebody to pull you because he is stronger than you. You get into the collaborative mindset rather than a competitive mindset. So better get into the collaborative mindset. So you elaborate your life in a broader way. As I said, everybody has to be a warrior entrepreneur in life with your vision and mission. Again, I would insist on the adventure because only there's a proverb. They say, even a if you're cornered, even a cat becomes a tiger. So if you want to hit a cat, and if it is stuck in a room, and if you want to hit that cat, you have to leave at least one small window open. If it is pushed into a corner, actually it becomes tiger. It's worse than a tiger. It becomes so vigorous, and it may attack you, which is very difficult to handle. So pushed into a corner, even a cat becomes a tiger. It is applicable to human being too. Many times we get used to our routine work. Everything is set, the process set, and everything, and we just move in a smoother way. And the moment something goes wrong, we feel it is not because of me. We feel it is because of somebody's mistake. Yeah, there is a nice question. Can camping help me focus better? Definitely, it has to. There is no question that like you lose your focus and concentration, because the moment you get into camping, you are getting into an adventure activity. And the moment you are in the adventure activity, you are focused, because you get, see, even if you're walking in a simple way, if you're walking on a street, there may be a slip, fall down, but nobody's bothered. I have seen, like, many times. Actually, I'm not bringing gender into that, but generally we say, no, no, women, they don't get into a lot of activity like adventure and all. But actually, they are more adventurous. If you see on the two wheelers in Indian roads, on Indian roads, you see they sit one-sided, and it's very difficult to balance. And they take so much of risk sitting behind as a pillion rider, facing one side, balancing, and anytime there can be a skid and falling down. But if you ask the same person to do some an act like an activity, like an adventure, they get scared. No, 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 I cannot do that. So that is, they are actually in a worse situation than the a calculated risk where it's taken during the adventure, because they have already seen that comfort zone because of their focus and concentration. But when it comes to adventure and camping, your program is scheduled. And remember, it is not only, sometimes of course you go as a solo, but when you are going as a group, okay, your discipline comes into matter. Okay, and you have to get up, going to sleep, or whatever the activities, that slight time slot, you have to, without focus and concentration, you cannot do that. And you learn a lot of discipline, like maintaining yourself, like communicating with the environment, mingling with the environment, mingling with the people. All these things really actually help you for your focus, because you go with a purpose. So that's what we always say, that going into a resort, you are not focused. You will come out the next day, say, I had a ball of time. Okay, so I had a good time, enjoyed everything. It's more of a superficial. But the same thing, you go on a camping, it's scheduled. The program itself is focused. So there is no way you deviate from the focused agenda, because even one deviation, it affects a lot of other people. So definitely an adventure brings, because I'm talking about a normal adventure. When it goes to mountaineering and so many other things, your focus is it gets elevated from focus to concentration. I always say, for your vision, you need to be focused, because it's a very marginal difference between focus and concentration. Focus is, yes, I'm focused. You focus, you are like, it is like a wide angle, you are focused. But when it comes to concentration, it is like a zoom lens, it is to the dot. But having that concentration on a longer time, it's very difficult. It is like, again, like shooting. Initially, you aim at the target and you are breathing normally, everything standing comfortably, all these things. So, but you are focused on the target. But when you are about to pull the trigger, that 2 3 seconds, that few seconds, you literally even stop breathing. That is a concentration. So all these activities actually, it develops the focus and concentration. Yeah, it's again a nice question. All Madhu, it's about should I do the camping with the family or friends or solo? I would suggest that you do all the three. See, if you want to go longer, go with a companion. You want to go faster, go solo. That's a concept in life also. Okay, so that's what I said. Like whatever you do in this camping and adventure, it really helps in your own life. But remember one thing, because camping brings bonding, it is always better go with your family and go with your friends. But when it comes to a few targeted tasks, even if you go for a camping with your family friends, sometimes a particular trek, it may require some additional like an energy or the strength or a speciality. Okay, for that you may go solo. But again, I would say, I would rather give you a caution. When you go solo, doesn't mean that you have to go alone. Solo can be, again, you can have your own one odd companion, or better have a local person with you when you are venturing out, because you don't know that the water body, the stream maybe very looks very shallow, very smooth, comfortable, but you don't know the undercurrent in that. You don't know the whirlpool in that this thing. So it is better have a company with you and you venture out for camping, but that always helps you, and you should be good in your camping the mastery before actually venturing into solo, because that's the only way you go safe, because a lot of navigation is required, lot of bushcrafts, wildcraft, all these things are required to get into a solo camping. But for that, you should have trained by yourself. At least you should have done few camps, and the place. First, get into the known place, venture out with your friends and the families and all these things 2 3 times. Then you try your again, it's a trial and error method. You keep expanding your experience in a better way. Again, one of the concepts I focus here is expand the known and explore the unknown to grow and glow. To everybody grows. A human being grows, bird grows, like an animal grows, a tree grows. Even they say Himalaya they grow. But do you glow while growing? Okay. So that is what makes a human being different from other things. Just because you are born, you grow. But do you grow while growing? So we do a lot of leadership programs on this grow and glow concept, imbibing the art of warrior entrepreneur leadership for a personality development. Ensure that whatever you are doing is planned, and planning alone is not enough, because many times a well planned a program or a project fails because of one reason. They all say that it's all well planned, but there was no preparations. A detailed planning and a deliberate preparation for everything is a must to grow and glow. So, and camping really encourages you, it molds you to get into this a detailed planning and a deliberate preparation, because that is the only way to plunge into any of the project activities, or including your camping, that actually that the quality gets developed through these camping projects. So I would definitely suggest uh, people to go in for venture out, because nowadays obesity, health, lot of things are very common. Negative things are very common all over. Okay, and the concrete jungle is becoming more like a more inaccessible to the human living. Like, we, the three main things, we breathe poison, we drink poison, and we eat poison. Everything is chemical mixed, so many things. So the only way nowadays you get free oxygen is one of these camping sites. So it again helps you for your health, because if you don't have a good health, you cannot be successful in life. Again, I will say another triangle: mind, brain, and body coordination. Have a fertile mind, active brain, and a fit body to grow and glow. And one more triangle I would like before concluding is to grow and glow in life. Everybody should have these three things. One is the wish power, an ambitious wish power, and a stronger willpower to expose, and a supporting skill power to explore. First thing is you should have your ambition, what to do in life, what to achieve. But that is not enough. The law of attraction, we all talk about now, you keep thinking about something to happen. It doesn't happen just like that. You have to have the ambitious wish power with a stronger willpower. That willpower is there to expose. Otherwise, you have that fear of unknown, fear of failure, all these things. You don't expose yourself, you don't expose your skills, you don't expose your talents, and you don't get recognized. You are born, grown, and gone. So you should have a stronger willpower to expose. But how the willpower comes? The willpower comes only with the skill power. If you don't have the skill power, the supporting skill power to explore, you will not have the willpower. Then your wish power is nothing but a dream you get while sleeping or even daydreaming. But to get that willpower, again, another triangle I would suggest is dedication, discipline, and determination. You should have the dedication, dedicate yourself for what you want to achieve with that focus. Again, as I said, the focus and concentration, a dedication. And how the dedication get executed, without discipline it is not possible. So you need to have a disciplined life to have yourself dedicated to whatever you want to achieve. And these two things will not happen if you don't have the determination to move forward, whatever it comes. Advance despite adversity. That is what camping and adventure teaches you. There are obstacles. There is no rose petals. There are thorns, but you have to move forward. But that's the only way. It is not only the jungle, as I said, because there are two jungles. The world is of two jungles. One is the real jungle, the other is a concrete jungle. So wherever you are through the jungle. So there is no rose petals for you. There is no red carpet for welcoming you for the whatever you want to move forward. There are obstacles. You have to challenge. You have to overcome. For that, camping, adventure activities with a lot of, like you have seen, the yoga, meditation, lot of things. That is the different campsites having different aspects. And as Camp Catapult, okay, that is my company. We have three campsites. One on the outskirts of Chennai, that is mongoose camps near a well-known bird sanctuary. That is the USP of that. It is around 35-40 acres of land with 50 to 60 people can stay. We have a 4-star category restrooms, all obstacles, everything professionally set, dining facilities, kitchen, and conferencing facilities. We have one more campsite near Ooty, a place called Kotagiri. There we have 8 cottages, and the specialty of this place is it's surrounded by tea gardens. And the third one we are just opened, or just in the final stage of opening, or we just started with a few camping, is a place called Anaikatti. It's around 25-27 kilometers from Coimbatore city. And this is surrounded, the specialty of this place is surrounded by forest. Dear viewers, I take this opportunity to thank Adventure Gears for putting me on this show. And my only request to everybody is Remember, every venture is an adventure. There is no extra risk involved in a real adventure or something. In fact, a real adventure is actually taken care of. Every safety in our place, we have a safety. There is 100% safety. There is 100% backup safety on that safety, and there is another standby safety for all these. Like three levels of safety we monitor. We ensure that everything is taken care of. But still, adventure is an adventure. Adrenaline has to flow, uh, and that is the only way you come out of the comfort zone. And you come out of the comfort zone, you are exposed to what is the best time to visit your campsite, sir. Our campsite is, I would say, 365 days. But generally in India, the best season is, say, from November to February because of the weather condition. But the Chennai weather is hot, but evenings are very pleasant because a wide area with a lot of plants, trees, and all. It is quite comfortable even during the peak summer in Chennai. The hot weather in May, June, July, and all. Kotagiri is a hill station, and Anekati is again almost like a little above the sea level. Again, the weather is very pleasant. So all seasons are there. And again, I would say that when you are, that is what is called, I call adventure. Like if you want to visit Rajasthan desert, the best time to go there is the peak summer time. But many of us, we feel that we want to go there comfortably, see that, and come back. It is like I have seen people saying that I am very much interested in like wildlife, photography, all these things. And what they do, they watch everything on the TV channels, Discovery, National Geography, all these things. But when it goes into the real adventure, they back out. Yes, absolutely. Solo camping, safe for females in India, I would say is 50-50. Safety, the responsibility of safety is individual first. Then it comes to other things. Okay. Again, when it comes to solo, you need to contact the right people. I had in fact, I had a few foreigners, ladies, single lady coming. I take them for bird watching and all these things. So you should again. That's what I said. Is that again the personality development here? As a solo traveler, especially as a female women traveler, you should have your proper planning, and detailed planning and deliberate preparation is a must to safeguard you where you are going. Okay, what are you going to do there? Don't go without. Sometimes people say that's an adventure. I just take the car, drive, go, and see whatever it is. Okay, that is fine. I'm not saying that is wrong, but as long as you are safe and secured. But if you're solo, even with your family, it need not be a solo. Even if a family, if you're taking them out, you have to be have your planning in a proper way, and you should have your contact details with somebody else for in case of emergency, the contact details, your contact details, where you are staying, your program schedule. So today I'm here at this camp or this resort, tomorrow I'm driving to so and so place, staying there, and their contact details, so that anything there is somebody somewhere else to help you out in case of emergency. So that safety is a must, and that is your individual's own responsibility. Don't palm it off. There are people to take care. That there are we people are there, professionals there for camping and all these things. In fact, when I take them out for a trekking or something, if it's an unknown place, I never allow my people to get into water. I tell two things are very dangerous: electricity and water. They don't give a second chance for survival. If it is something goes wrong, it's wrong, and it is from one end to the other end. So even if I go, I always take a local guide with me. That then you should have the quality of the local person, all these things. So the simple thing is, you are the sole responsible person for yourself, and have a detailed planning and deliberate preparation before you go, and have a backup support in case of emergency. That is one suggestion I give to any solo travelers. In case of emergency, in case of the delay in communication something, there is somebody to look for your rescue or safeguarding yourself. So With this, I once again thank Adventure Gears and all the viewers for this wonderful evening. Venture, be an adventurous person. That is the only way, whether you are in business, in a profession, or a student, or whatever it is, whatever your age, gender, immaterial. You can be a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, you can be even 8-year-old. It is not necessary. Don't, that's what I've said. Don't get into the competitive mindset. If a 40-year-old guy is climbing, say, 21,000 feet, and I am at 75, I am not able, don't get into that sort of mind, like, sort of a negative comparison. Get to know this. You enjoy what you are doing. That whether you are just climbing for 200 feet or 600 feet, immaterial. Go there, enjoy, enjoy the journey. It is not just the destination alone. So only one thing I would say: have this concept. That is my tagline of my camp catapult is: I can, I will, and I do. Okay, I can is perceived from the past. Yes, I was in the army. I had done so many all those things. Now I can, but it may not be possible. It may not be able to do that. The second thing is I will. Again, it goes to the next day. Okay, whether I will, but only when it happens, it happens. The only thing that connects the past and the future, I can and I will, is what you do today, and what you do now is I do. So get into that. I can, I will, and I do mindset. Expand the known and explore the unknown to grow and glow. The life is very beautiful. And what activities I can do or plan at your campsites? See, we have in all our campsites, we have the obstacle course that is called OCO, obstacle challenging and overcoming. A set of activities. We have around 7, 8 to 10 activities. Everything is considered as one activity. We have one more activity called MBBC, mind, brain, and body coordination. That is another set of activities you can do as a group. You can do that. We have archery, and we take them for bird watching, nature trek, trails, all these things. And we have a lot of improvised team building activities, team bonding activities, and campfire, of course, and the sky gazing. Okay. See, many a times, we all talk about our I am our moon sign. I'm Leo. I'm Scorpio. I'm Taurus. But how many of us seen our own stars? We all think about my star is not good today, or this 6 months my star is having a good time or bad time. But okay, that is your belief. But have you seen your own stars on the sky? That almost every day you can see. Only the timing varies, whether it's the 4 o'clock in the morning, or in a midnight, or 5 o'clock in the morning, or 11 o'clock at night. You can actually see all your 12 moon signs: Taurus, Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn. Everything you can see that. So these are the activities we have, and my activities I have acronymed as: we facilitate actors, ACTORS. It's very easy to remember. Actors, cinema actors, like that. Actors. A for adventure or adventure activities, or activities. A for activities. Then C for camping. Camping, like staying in the tent, campfire, barbecue, all these things. T for training. As I said, the grow and glow, imbibing, it's like an outbound team building activities, leadership training, some special birding, snake handling sort of some we have that sessions also. So T for training, O for outdoor games, R for road less travel, like in nature trails, treks, bird watching, all these things. S for sightseeing or special interest tour. If you're interested in a particular plant or bird or something, depends on the feasibility, we work on that. So our facility, our service is, we facilitate actors, ACTORS. And you can come under any of these things as a combination of everything. My campsite from Pondicherry is just around a 2 hours drive. It is probably you can we will share you my website, and it is just a 2 hours drive from Pondicherry, Viluppuram. Then before you enter, you don't have to even enter Chennai city if you're coming from Pondicherry. It is very close, and the roads are superb, excellent. It's very like it almost like till the 1 kilometer short of my campsite. It is like a national highway. It's like a almost like a highway drive. You will enjoy the drive also. It is. Which kind of team games? We have different games like the caterpillar race, a-pole triangle, key punch, crossover. There are many things, and we work again. It is not a fixed game for somebody. Like we think about like we interact with the team and we work out what is the requirements, how they want to proceed about it. That's what I always tell. Till you enter my campsite, it is my campsite. But once you enter, it is your campsite. I am ready to stretch, but don't break me. So that is the thing we provide according to the requirements. Even trekking, we call the soft trek, medium trek, hard trek. Depends on the groups the caliber. We work out that in discussion with the team members. It is not one person decides and go for that. All the campsite, we have a night stay as well as a day program. We organize a day program also. Come in the morning, go in the evening, or you have the night stay also. People generally, I suggest 1 night, 2 days, or 2 nights, 3 days. We have many schools, students, they repeat. Most of my clients are repeated clients. We have never gone for open marketing for our own projects. We have word of mouth spread this, and people come, and most of the clients are repeated clients. That shows the quality of service we provide, the food we provide, and we get almost excellent feedback from everybody because we actually take care, and we don't take two groups on the same day. If one group is already there, and we don't take another group, though my capacity of my Vedandangal campsite is 50 plus, and if you have taken only around 15, 20, and there is another inquiry for the same day, say for another 10, 12, or 15 people, we don't take. It is that's what it is. Your campsite, everything is organized. It's customized and tailor made for the particular group. And if no further question, thank you very much for this lovely opportunity. Have your wish power, willpower, and the skill power to grow and glow. Expand the known, explore the unknown with the mindset I can, I will, and I do. A warrior salute to all. This is Captain Subbu from Camp Catapult. Thank you.
Activity site area. This is called WOCO, obstacle, challenging and overcoming. There are obstacles, there are many people who run away when they see the obstacle. But there are few categories of people, they are ready to challenge the obstacle. But it is not enough. It is not just challenging. You have to overcome that. This area of activities are for the obstacle, challenging and overcoming. Now we are in another activity area. This is called MBBC, Mind, Brain and Body Coordination. Here you find a set of obstacles. There are boundaries. You have to cross from one end to the other end without touching the ground. Your team will be given some supporting tools. You can make use of that. You have to cross from here to the other end. Then there is a rest area. Then there is a second segment. You have to cross that area. And again a rest area. Then there is a third segment. This is Mongoose Camps. This is a camping area. This is one of the tents. We have 10 tents. We can accommodate 50 to 60 people. Inside the tent, you see the birds we provide. We can actually put 4 and 4, 8 birds, but generally we put 4 or 6 birds for the comfort of space. We provide 2 fans, there's a light and a mobile charger inside. These tents are typical army tents with 2 fly. That gives a good insulation from the hot weather. And the tents have small windows also for aeration. Have a wonderful stay at Mongoose Camps. Thank you.